elder, Horus the younger. In Babylon, they were the great twins, and they were viewed as twins in Arabia as well. In China, they were yin and yang, representing eternal dualism and two halves of a circle, and contrasting principles of existence. Statues in temples have been erected to Castor and Pollux, and they have been called as figureheads of ships. Indeed, and I believe Virgil, you had a Greek philosopher named Virgil. He wrote about a vessel called the Tiger. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he said that vessel had Castor and Pollux on it. It says, indeed, the Apostle Paul sailed on such a ship from the Isle of Melita on his journey to Rome. In Acts 28:11, I'm not going to read it, we read it already. Images representing these stars have been placed on Greek and Roman coins and Babylonian boundary stones, as well as on charts of the sky. Most recently, they have been engraved again in history as a critical part of our journey into space. Project Gemini placed two men aboard one spacecraft into Earth orbit. Like Argonauts of old, our astronauts went in quest of experience leading to new capability of the cutting edge of exploration. Let's see what an Argonaut is. Argonaut. The Argonauts were a band of heroes in Greek mythology. So make a long story short, and Argonauts literally means Argo sailors. So I'll read it again. It says the Argonauts were a band of heroes in Greek mythology who in the years before the Trojan War accompanied Jason to Colchis in his quest to find the Golden Fleece. Their name comes from their ship, the Argo, named after its builder Argus. Argonauts literally mean Argo sailors. They were sometimes called minions after a prehistoric tribe in the area. So Argonauts, Argo is was the ship. Argonauts was a band of heroes in Greek mythology, and their ship was called the Argo, named after its builder Argus. Okay, the person who built the ship. And Argonauts literally means Argo sailors. So it says like Argonauts of old, like the Argo sailors of old, our astronauts, Argonauts, astronauts, went in quest. They went in quest of Golden Fleece, the Argonauts, right? Went in quest of experience leading to new capability at the cutting edge of exploration. But that's what they did with the Project Gemini when they placed two men on one spacecraft, just as Castor and Pollux, known as two men, two brothers. Like the Argonauts, what Argo sailors went on a quest for the Golden Fleece. In Greek mythology, astronauts went on a quest of experience leading to capability, so on and so forth, of exploration. How much more is left? Uh, I'm gonna read the last paragraph after I read this, and then no, I'm not gonna read up here. I'm just gonna read the very last paragraph. It says, through time and history, interesting ideas of value have come down to us because Castor and Pollux glows in the sky. Once Greeks and Romans invoked Gemini in storms and wars, leading to the expression O Gemini, corrupted in later generations to become By Gemini. Most of the concepts they have been culturally associated with these twins in the sky focus on the principle of love that binds people into families and communities whose members care for and protect each other, like how Castor died and Pollux wanted to die with his brother, leading to great accomplishments. And like that would be a sign of brotherly love, right? As we look around and find them in our sky, we can think that ancient people of India about horsemen riding out to herald the light of the spring. That's really it. Just be the point. Now here's a page called You're almost done. www.theoi.com. Dioscuri. Let me bring this up real quick so I can get the ones that I want to read. Okay. It says Ovid. Let's see who Ovid is. Publius Ovidius Naso has a date here. Known as Ovid in the English-speaking world, was a Roman poet best known for the Metamorphoses, a 15-book continuous mythological narrative written in so on and so forth. So this right here is going into the Dioscody, and basically what it's doing is mentioning different poets and philosophers throughout time that have mentioned them, and these are the Dioscody right here. Dioscoros. Dioscody. See? The twins battling a giant. There's images of them on vases. Remember, it said the same thing on Wikipedia, but didn't say that there was horsemen, right? Well, let me just get down to it because this thing gonna load all slow and all that. I don't want it to mess up. Alright. It says Ovid. It says, I'm gonna read it. It says Constellation Gemini. Tell me this is a man named Ovid, as he mentioned who Ovid is. It says, tell me the cause of this star sign. The gods of Pollen's eloquent lips supplied the cause. The Tandirid brothers, the Dioscuri, the horseman and the boxer, had raped and kidnapped Phoebe and her sister. Remember, it said that they fell in love with two women that was already betrothed. Idas and his brother go to war for their woman. See, to whom they were betrothed by Lysipius. We read that in the beginning. See if we can find it. See? Hold on, wait. Yep, it says they fell in love. Hold on, wait, see if I can find it. Can't find the exact part that said it, but I'm gonna go back up. It says Castor and Pollux aspired to marry. This is back on Wikipedia. I wasn't gonna read this part. I was gonna read it on the webpage. I was just reading it, but it says Castor and Pollux aspired to marry the Lucipedes, daughter of the White Horse, Phoebe and Hilaria, whose father was a brother of Lysipius, White Horse. Both women were already betrothed to cousins of the Dioscuri, the twin brothers like Lynceus and Idas of Thebes, son of Tyndareus' brother, um, Araphius. Castor and Pollux carried the women off to Sparta, wherein each had a son. And it said this part of the family feud, so on and so forth. So what do we know? We know that it bears witness to the myth. This is what this guy reading it. This is what this guy wrote. It bears witness to the myth. It said he raped and kidnapped them. It just didn't just say he took them, he carried women off to Sparta. He kidnapped them. It said he raped them. Didn't it say they had children? Right? Each woman had a son. You see? It tells you. Phoebe bore Mancilios to Pollux, and Hilaria bore Onagon to Castor. It says Idas and his brother go to war for their woman to whom they were betrothed by Lysipius. Love joins from one group to recover, one to refuse. The identical cause makes each pair to fight. The Obalids could have outrun their pursuers, but it seems wise to win on rapid flight. There is a treeless place, a spot fixed for battle. They took their stand there. Its name Epidna. Castor was stabbed in the chest by Licinius' sword, by Lynceus' sword, and hit the ground, wounded in surprise. The Avenger Pollux is there and spares Lynceus where the neck joins and presses the shoulders. Idas attacked and was barely routed by Zeus's fire, but they denied the lightning disarmed them. The sublime heaven already opened for you, Pollux, when you said, hear my words, Father. Divine between the two, heaven reserved for me. Half of one gift will exceed the whole. He spoke and ransomed his brother by rotating positions. Both stars assist troubled ships. Let's see what this is. Pseudo Hyginus. It says Diminutionibus Castrorum is a work by an unknown author, due to this work formerly being attributed to Hyginus Grammaticus. Its author is conventionally called Pseudo Hyginus. Now let's see what he said. As their reward for their services of friendship, Jupiter, known as Zeus, is thought to have put them in the sky as well-known stars. Constellation Gemini. Neptune's Poseidon, with like intention, has rewarded them for he gave them horses to ride and power to aid shipwrecked men. So now anybody had that power to aid shipwrecked men, so to speak, according to that myth. There's another one by the same person. Castor killed Lancius in battle. Idas, and at his brother's death, forgot both strife and bride, and started to bury his brother. When he was placing the bones in a funeral monument, make it a little bit bigger. It says Castor intervened and tried to prevent his raising the monument because he had won over him as if he were a woman. In anger, Idas pierced the thigh of Castor with the sword he wore. Others say that he was building the monument. He pushed it on Castor and thus killed him. When they reported this to Pollux, he rushed and overcame Idas in a single fight, recovered the body of his brother and buried it. Since, however, he himself had received a star from Zeus and was not even to his brother, because Jove, or Zeus, said that Castor and Clymnestra were of the seed of Tyndareus, while he and Helen were children of Jove, Zeus. Pollux begged that he would be allowed to share honor with his brother. This was granted to him. This was granted him. That's why they're known as what the constellation Gemini, right? See, so he himself received the star from Zeus, and one was not given to his brother because Zeus said that Castor was the son of Tyndareus, whereas the other was the son of Zeus. And right here it said he stabbed him in the leg. I believe it said he had pierced his thigh. And I believe on the last one we read, it said it pierced his chest. His Castor was stabbed in the chest by Lancius. But here it said he was stabbed, pierced in the thigh by Idas. But you know the myth still, the myth change over time. And in fact, how it proved changed over time, this guy was around this period in time, and he said this dates around the 3rd century AD. So this guy was long after this dude. So the myth could change over time. Let's go back. This is Pausanias in his description of Greece. Pausanias was a Greek. I believe he was a Greek. I believe he was a geographer and a philosopher. I could look him up. In those days, the age of heroes, men were changed to gods, who down to the present day have honors paid to them. Aristaeus, Britomartis of Crete, Heracles the son of Alcime, Amphiaraus the son of Ocolus, and besides these, Polydeuces and Castor. See, they were changed to gods, so to speak. But one was so-called son of an immortal, and the other one was not. This last one I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read a little bit more. Low one I probably cut. It'll probably be cut into like two 20-minute parts or something like that. 25-minute parts. This is a man named Cicero. It says Cicero, Marcus Tullius Cicero. It says was a Roman philosopher, politician.